A article today was just published on Warhammer Community about the brand new Kill Team box set that's going to be released soon called Dead Silence. And I am very excited about not only this box set, but also this article because I helped write it. That's me, Saya. Of course, Dakotah and Giacomo, we are the three co-founding members of Squad Games, and when we were offered the opportunity to write this article for Warhammer Community, we jumped on it. Both of these teams are so incredibly cool, but I have to say, I actually really enjoy the aesthetic and the lore behind the development of the Wolf Scouts and how lore appropriate this kill team actually is. Now, my channel leans beginner friendly. I like to introduce people who are new to Warhammer 40k to concepts and factions and small tidbits that help them navigate through the vast amounts of Warhammer 40k lore to help them find something that piques their interest that they can use as a launching point to learn more. And because I just got done writing this article for Squad Games, I really want to focus today on Wolf Scouts, who they are, why they break every rule in the Codex Astartes, and most interestingly, how their unique lore has been implemented into the playstyle of this particular kill team. Let's begin. Let's take a look at the Wolf Scouts in lore. In every other chapter, Scouts are at the bottom of the totem pole. Fresh initiates who haven't earned the right to wear power armor. The Space Wolves, though, they're not big on following rules, especially if those rules were written by Ultramarines. Their Scouts aren't novices. They're seasoned warriors, Space Marines who have served for decades, who have proven their skill, and now hunt alone in the Emperor's name. They are their chapter's eyes, ears, and claws in the dark, the ones who will go where the pack won't follow. To the wolves, being a scout isn't a step up, it's a step away. You're not promoted into the Wolf Scouts. You're chosen. There is a psychology behind the Space Wolves pact, the Wolf Pack. Every Space Wolf belongs to a pact, bound to his great company. But the Scouts, they're the ones who walk the border between loyalty and exile. They live alone, sometimes months, even years, hunting Xenos warlords, sabotaging strongholds, surviving off instinct and spite. They represent the perfect tension between man and monster, the line every Space Wolf walks, where typically the rest of the pack would charge head-on. The Wolf Scouts stalk, watch, and wait. They are the whisper before the howl. What do they do, though? What is their purpose? On the battlefield, Wolf Scouts are assassins, saboteurs, and infiltrators. They don't fight in ranks. They hunt in silence. They slip through enemy lines, mark objects for orbital strikes, and hit supply convoys before vanishing into the ice. Now, I really do want to talk about the Rune priests. Space Wolves have a very interesting relationship with psychic power. Some wolves outright mock it. Others just think it's too close to chaos and it's too unpredictable. But that doesn't mean they ignore it. They just do it differently. Enter the Rune Priest, battle shamans. Battle shamans who channel their power through Phoenician runes, spirits, and even the elemental wrath of the world itself. And among the Wolf Scouts, you will sometimes find a particular Rune Priest called a Rune Priest Skald. I think the J is silent. I think it's Skald. I have no clue. But this is what you'll find. And this is actually a operative on the kill team in this new box set. This is a psyker that actually moves with them into the field. So these psychers are incredibly interesting. Their abilities are crazy. And to see these abilities from lore end up in the kill team playstyle is so wild to me. So what happens is that these psychers are actually able to call upon storms. They're able to create these elemental storms that are so intense. And the scouts are actually able to hide in these storms. They're able to move through these storms and advance on enemy operatives without being seen whatsoever. And because they train in these storms, they're used to these storms, it affects them in zero ways. They take no ill effects moving through these storms. Meanwhile, enemy operatives who are also within these storms are taking the wallop of a lifetime. They're dealing with these immense winds, these debris flying around, visibility issues that the Wolf Scouts don't have because they're used to them. So it's very interesting to see this lore move into a kill team style because this psyker exists on this kill team and they're able to create this storm of which can be utilized on the battlefield. And I think that is so incredibly interesting and it's going to be such fun gameplay. Essentially, rune priests hide their packs in blizzards, masking their scent with ice and snow, and they turn the storm itself into a weapon. The wolves may distrust psykers, but they respect power that answers to instinct. I know I have made the wolf scouts sound kind of like lone wolf losers, but that really is not the case. It really is more of just a calling. There are even a few wolf lords that have earned sagas that would rival the wolf lords themselves. One of the most well-known is Ragnar Blackmane from the Space Wolves novel by William King. Ragnar didn't start as a commander or a hero. He began his journey as a scout, trained by Sergeant Hager the Mountain. Hager the Mountain was everything a space wolf should be: enormous, patient, and endlessly stubborn. He taught Ragnar to move with the storm instead of against it, to strike with precision and not rage. Under Hager's watch, Ragnar learned that every wolf scout must master survival, stealth, and restraint. No easy feat for someone who'd rather be howling headfirst into battle. When Hager the Mountain fell in combat, Ragnar carried his lessons into legend. His story proves what the wolf scouts truly are. Not failures or outcasts, but the crucible from which the fiercest leaders are forged. Even the mightiest of wolves once hunted alone. Now let's talk specifically about the Wolf Scouts kill team in Dead Silence. But not too much, because I still want to encourage you to go read the article. On one side, we have the Wolf Scouts, silent hunters guided by instinct, patience, and the storm itself. On the other side, the T'au Stealtsuits, precision incarnate, machines built for flawless execution. It's instinct versus intellect. Faith versus calculation, the old gods of Fenris against the cold logic of the greater good. Both teams rely on positioning, timing, and controlling the field. Both of these teams rely heavily on not being seen. Both of these kill teams are going to be so much fun. So when you see those new Wolf Scout models hit the table, remember, these aren't just space marines with knives. They are the Emperor's most patient predators. And if you would like a deeper dive into a first look of this box set, regardless if you're interested in Wolf Scouts or the T'au Stealtsuits, please be sure to head over to Warhammer Community and check out the Squad Games article. It would mean so much. I'd love your feedback. Also, if you're interested in Kill Team, please head over to Squad Games Entertainment on YouTube. We have a podcast, we do battle reports, we cover everything related to Kill Team. So if you're interested, that is a great source.